more recently, I saw God acting in a new way. There was a theater community here in Oklahoma City called Kids Alive, and I happen to be a part of their board. I'm fortunate enough to do that. Kids Alive was founded by Shauna Link. Shauna Link used to work on our staff. She was involved in helping our kids to learn about the arts and teaching them. She left a few years ago, and after she did, she came up with this idea to start an organization called Kids Alive. And in Kids Alive, once again, she's working with children to teach them about theater, to be on stage and to do productions, but there's a difference now. She had this idea. She said, what if we not only worked with kids, but we also worked with children that have special needs? Children who some might think could never be on stage, children who are autistic, children with Down syndrome. And so what they do is they have what they call their Kaleidoscope productions, in which they have children with special needs. There's two casts, actually. Children with special needs who are shadowed by other children who have their own separate production, but children who are more experienced actors. And those kids shadow these children with special needs, and they help them throughout the show. They walk with them, they take their hand, or maybe with a gentle hand, they push their shoulder, and they help them to get to their spots on the stage so that they'll know where they're supposed to be. They say the lines with them if they have trouble remembering. They sing the songs with them if they need to. And some children can do more than others. Yesterday, I was at such a production. It was Mary Poppins. And I'll tell you, God was moving there. It really was. One of our own members of our church, Cooper Bernard, was a part of that production. His family has been here for a long time. Rachel's one of our best soloists that we have. And Cooper was playing the role of Bert in Mary Poppins. You remember Bert, the chimney sweep who sings Chim Chim Cheree? That was Cooper. And there he was, up on stage and moving around, saying these lines, singing these songs, but also with someone who was always shadowing him. They call them mirrors. A mirror that helped him to be able to do this. And as I looked out at this audience, I was sitting near the back, and I saw these parents beaming with pride as they watched their children come forward and take a bow at the end of this show, thinking, wow, isn't that amazing? I mean, God was at work. You know, early in the show of Mary Poppins sings a song called I Am Perfect, I'm Perfect, perfectly, naturally perfect. And she sings that I'm practically perfect in every way, practically perfect. And as I heard that song, I thought, you know, unfortunately, there are some people who might look at these children with whatever needs they have, and they might say, oh, they're far from perfect. Look at the flaws they have to struggle with. Well, we all have flaws. But I thought to myself, when God looks at these children, he sees them with different eyes. He sees them and says, they're just fine. In fact, they're more than fine. They're perfect. And when we can look at children like this with God's eyes, we can see the potential that all of God's children have. God was at work through people like Shauna Link and all of those of the Kids Alive staff who make that happen. In these children, the mirrors who shadowed them, who took the time to lovingly help these kids. And God was at work in the lives of these special needs kids.